YouTube, how is it going? It is your boy, Jay Loves here, bringing you guys the finale of Season 1 here with Leicester City. And I've told you guys this yesterday if you weren't paying attention, which if you didn't, you gotta go back to the previous epi, because it was quite a comfortable episode for us, to say the least. As I'm gonna spoil it, so if you haven't seen it, you gotta go back, pause this video, watch the season finale. It'll only take like 10-15 minutes out of your day, then come back to this video, because hopefully that was the time enough that you paused it and went back. We have qualified for the Champions League for Season 2. That is right. We have finished off Season 2 in style. And now we've got this season finale to look forward to. Is as we go up against Liverpool in the FA Cup final. This game, oh dear, this game. I say a lot of the time that games are crazy, but just look out. And if you guys enjoy this series, and if you want to see more of it, then make sure you go down and hit that like button. Because not only it'll show me that you guys are enjoying this content, it also, because I enjoy doing this. And we're also on the push for, I'd love to hit triple digits one day. But whether or not that's going to happen, that is something we'll have to see for the immediate future. And I also promise you guys that I will be having myself a Q&A session. I put out a tweet on Twitter. I also let all of my socials know. So I put things out on my Snap, Twitter obviously, Instagram. And we actually got most of the questions from Twitter, which is very interesting to say the least. As we went through Newcastle, Reading, and West Ham, Liverpool went through Arsenal, and you could obviously see there from your screens. Jamie Vardy is someone to look out for as he scored 4 in his last 3. But if you guys are liking this content, and if you want to see more, drop a like on this. And with that being said, let's just get right into it, shall we? You guys are going to be getting the full raw footage, uncut. So whatever happens in this game is what you're seeing yourself. So first off, we got one from Snapchat, and it's from my boy John Stamos. It's not actually John Stamos. I think it's one of my friends who goes by the name John. It says, do I work full-time on Twitch, and how much do I make off of it? As we start out 3 minutes in, which arguably, would have been the perfect start. With me working full-time on Twitch, I would love to make it a full-time thing. And I'm not earning a lot right now, but I would love to earn eventually. I mean, because right now, I'm not doing streaming for the money. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. And I know with saying that, I haven't streamed over the last couple of days, and I do apologize about that, is that I've been putting all my focus on here right now. I just haven't really had the time to actually start streaming again. But if I don't stream today, I'll give you guys a stream tomorrow. That is a guarantee. So, next up is coming in from my boy Anflux, also known as Andy. Much love to you, Brody. He asked my biggest inspiration. I think in terms of the FIFA standpoint, I would probably have to say probably Castro. I mean, everyone is saying Castro because he's literally the biggest name. But I would probably have to say, well, in terms of FIFA, it's Castro. But in terms of not in terms of video games, just in real life and stuff like that, I'd probably have to say maybe Kobe. Before he passed away, I really, really loved his work ethic and the fact that it shows that no matter what you do in life, you always never give up. And that's kind of something that I brought into my life, and I kind of want to give out something for you. It's, if you love something, go for it. There's that. So, and also, we got, most of our questions actually came from Twitter, which is quite interesting to say the least. We got one from my boy Oder. Oder. You, Oder. What's the reason I started supporting Manchester United? I think, I first started getting into football / FIFA, I think back in, 2015, 2016. And I've always been fascinated with the sport. I've always gone back and watched, old team highlights as we immediately go 1-0 up in this game. How about that for a bit of passing play and a little bit of movement there from James Maddison to find Jamie Vardy, who absolutely slides that one in the back of the net. But I guess the reason why I started supporting them is because I think they were the first team that I started watching consistently from 2016 onwards, and I just started falling in love with the club, I guess. And that's really the main reason why I started supporting them. And it's also because I think they also had Cristiano Ronaldo in there. There's still this whole debate thing about Ronaldo and Messi. Who's the GOAT? Who's the GOAT? Well, usually I'd say Ronaldo because he played for Man United, but I mean, you can't really say that now with both of them being knocked out of the Champions League, which is very, very unfortunate. I think with that is the beginning of a brand new era where it's no longer going to be Ronaldo v. Messi. I think it's going to be Mbappe versus Haaland from this point going forward, because they've been absolutely ridiculous this last couple seasons, actually, I should say. And we also got one from my boy Dexter. He says, "Who is the sexiest person in the world, and why is it me?" Well, Dexter, I mean, we all know why. It's just the way you are, Dexter. Shout out to you, by the way. But you can't really... I know it's gonna sound cliche of me, but I don't define how a person is based on their looks. I define it based on their personality. You could look like a 10. If your personality is a 3, then you are a 3. That's just how I'm looking, as we concede in the 41st minute of this game and Salah doing his signature celebration. It's just very, very annoying that we've gone and conceded at near enough the end of the halftime whistle. Look at the ball in over the top. Jesus Lord. I completely forgot how good that ball was. But, yeah. And we got one from one of my school buddies, Luke O'Sullivan. Shout out to you, Luke. Hope you're doing well. What is my favorite color and why? I'd probably have to say blue, I guess. I mean, I've always been a blue type of person. I mean, not in terms of, personality and stuff. I'd say in personality, I'd say more of, a green or a yellow, but it's blue for me because I don't know, I've just always wore blue when I was a kid. I mean, that's kind of ironic because right now I'm wearing red, but I've always liked blue for some odd reason. I don't know why, I just have. And we're going into the halftime break with a 1-1 draw, and oh dear, this game just gets more and more crazy. Just stay tuned for the second half of this game because it just gets absolutely ridiculous. No, oh dear Lord, Connor. Shout out to you, Connor. Another one of my school buddies. Who would win? A water balloon the size of the sun, or the sun itself? My guy is giving me a hypothetical question. I mean, I did ask for a question, but I didn't mean that type of question, Connor. I'd probably have to say... Well, I mean, the sun is already hot enough. But if... water balloon ain't really gonna do much. If you send a water balloon up to the freaking sun, it'll probably just pop from all the heat that it'll get. So, it's gotta be the sun in that stage. We also got one from from a boy, I think another school friend of mine, John. Shout out to you. Hope you're doing well. How many coconuts... I'm sorry. This is funny. How many coconuts would it take to kill the Big Show? You mean the Big Slow? Okay, I'm sorry. Nah, he's actually gotten slimmer now. Shout out to you. Shout out to the Big Show. Wrap up, getting himself underneath the 400-pound mark. Big up to you. But how many coconuts would it take? It probably... probably... I honestly, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you how many it would take, because it would take a lot, let's just say that. And we got a lot of questions coming in from our buddies from school. We got one from Steven, my boy Stevie Molinaro. Shout out to you. Hope you're doing all right, my man. Favorite band, he asks me. I got a lot of favorite bands for me. Mostly, like, I listen to a lot of different music genres. Actually, when I was doing college, I was doing stuff with music before I just thought, you know what, it's not really for me. Because I've been doing music since I was like 8 years old. And sometimes the things in life, sometimes the things that you love don't always love you back. And I always felt like when I finished up high school and stuff like that, I was always going to find myself a career in music. But I guess it was just, I really did it for a hobby more than a career. And like, what was that for a goal? What was that for a goal? I'm pretty sure there was a flipping handball in there as Salah runs down the other end and hugs it out with Jurgen Klopp. A brace in the FA Cup for Mo Salah, and we are in big, big trouble. I mean, Mane takes it beautifully, just tees one out, Salah chests it and hits it on the volley. There was nothing Keeps should have done. I mean, like, look at that. He chests it, hits it, and then, that's definitely a handball. But we move. But going back to what Stevie was asking, my favorite band. I'm probably gonna have to go with something like a Metallica. I've been listening to a lot of, what's the band's name? I'm trying to think. I've gotten into like the Japanese metal kind of things, like baby metal and stuff like that. I don't know what it is about baby metal that I love about them so much. I don't know, but there's also, I think Megadeth is also on my list. I've got a lot of bands. I could literally sit here for hours and just talk about music, but you're not here. But we don't have all the hours in the world. But yeah. We also got my guy Goat. Yo, shout out to you, Goat. Fun fact, me and Goat actually live in the same state, so that's a good thing. When did I get into FIFA? Also, how did I find Alan Avi? Now, if you guys don't know who Alan Avi is, he is the pro player for Complexity, and I also think he's a pro for FC Dallas. So, also shout out to Alan, by the way. I got into FIFA about the same time that I started supporting Man U, which was back in like 2016, I want to say. So I'm kind of part of the newer generation, to say the least, as we just absolutely somehow make it all the way back from 2-1 down to 2-all. And I mean, the run from Sandro Tonali. Can we have a look at that for a split second? I mean, good lord. Just look at this. Look at this play. Ball gets played out to Tillerman. First time ball into Vardy, and Sandro runs it, and he's found the back of the net, and we brought it back 2-2. It's just things you love to see from Sandrinho Tonali. But, again, I got into FIFA back in like 2016, and then I started playing it from FIFA 17 onwards. But I've been watching it since, I want to say, like FIFA 14, FIFA 15. So I've been around the block, but I've been playing it for pretty long as well. Well, I shouldn't even say FIFA 14. I think I remember my first FIFA was like FIFA 13. And it was just incredible. Like, I started out on FIFA 13, missed out on 14 and 15, and then I started playing, well, I guess you could say I kind of missed out on 16 also. So I started playing from 17 till now. But I've been watching it for a long time, but playing it since like yearly from FIFA 17 onwards. And I mean, before we continue this, I mean, how was that for a miss? I genuinely do not understand like what is happening sometimes. I mean, Madison, that should have been an easy goal. Should be 3-2 to us, and these final minutes, just look at this. Right. Okay. Right. Allison. Plays that one up to Virgil. And with one through ball. Like, what was that for a ball? He finds his way to Mane. I'm low-key panicking here at some point. A minute over. Finds his way to Mane, and a big save from Schmeichel. Honestly, I was brickhousing it. I was bricking it at the moment. Well, at that moment in time. Because I was like, oh my lord. How have they done that? How have they managed to go from the other side of the pitch and Flippin almost scored? Which is just unfortunate. But that means extra time in the FA Cup. And there's more drama here than anything I've ever seen. But yeah, that's for another time, really. As we got a question from a guy here, King R-Dog. Shout out to you, Riley. Hope you're doing well. Congrats on hitting affiliate, by the way. I still think he's getting... Well, I still think he's waiting for stuff to come through. But, hey, shout out to you. And you're gonna kill it when you hit affiliate, man. You're gonna kill it. That's all I'm saying. You're gonna absolutely kill it. He says, my most hated team outside of the Prem and why? In terms of I mean, I don't really hate football clubs outside of the Premier League, but I feel like no matter what I say, it's gonna get a little bit controversial. But I think outside of the Premier League, I would probably have to say, honestly, I don't know. I don't really have one. As fine as way to Firmino. Firmino, he's coming forward. What's he going to do? We're going in crazy. Fofana gets it nicely. There's a fault of Firmino. He saves it. I should have spammed X there to get that one away. And Wijnaldum at the other end of the pitch, he scores the goal to make it 3-2 Liverpool. Which is just not something you want to see at times. But, I mean, I should have just spammed X there instead of B. Or A, I should say. But Jorginho Wijnaldum, he's got himself his first in the FA Cup, which is just not stuff you want to see. But going back to Riley's question, most hated team outside of the Prem. Again, I gotta say I don't really have a hated team, so to speak. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably have to go with... I don't know. Again, I don't really have a quote-unquote hated team. But I would probably say, like, PSG, maybe? I mean, I shouldn't really say PSG. Because they've had players that we've had in the past who've snaked us and went to somewhere else. But honestly, with the way things are, I'd probably have to say... Honestly, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't really have a hated team outside of the Prem. Because, I mean, how can you hate... You can't hate a certain club. Like, oh, this is a team that I'm going to say no to for the rest of time. But if I would say, like, strongly dislike, again, I can't really give you an answer for that. Because there's a lot of teams, and if you don't watch all the leagues at all time, you can't really say what team you hate based on a couple certain games. But yeah, that's the Q&A all finished. But I'll probably give you guys more questions in this video anyway, as we go 4-2 down. Bobby Firmino has most likely sealed this game enough. It's unfortunate, but it looks like it is going to be a straight loss for us. I just slide in there for no apparent reason. But Firmino scores in the 114th minute. And it looks like Liverpool have sealed this game through and through. which is unfortunate because I would have loved to have taken some sort of silverware back. Well, we've already done that, I guess, in the sense that we've also won the Carabao Cup. So we have won some silverware, to say the least. But, hey, you can't really do much. It's unfortunate. But other questions that I would have no problem answering. How old am I? I am 22. Where do I live? I live in New York. As we go on the break, as Jean Savage, we look to find Vardy as it gets absolutely denied by Fabinho, and that will do it in this FA Cup final. We come away with the loss, which is just absolutely gutting, because I would have loved to have taken home the FA Cup, but it just was not meant to be. So it's unfortunate, but you know what they say, we move. But, again, frequently asked questions. How old am I? 22. When is my birthday? October 30th. Let's see. What else can I answer for you guys? Where do I see myself in 5 years? Something like that. I could probably see myself doing streaming from the looks of it. Maybe we gotta put in the work behind the scenes, which is maybe what I should be more doing ahead of time instead of just, I don't know, doing other stuff. But it is Virgil van Dijk who is going to lift the FA Cup and secure another FA Cup in the back pocket for Liverpool. And as you can see, we were just absolutely obliterated. We just had nothing after that. But now, looking after the end of that FA Cup final and the end of Season 1, we do finish in top 4, which is just absolutely gorgeous. And again, as you can see, Liverpool take us down in the FA Cup 4-2. We do come away with a piece of silverware at the end of it all, taking down Arsenal on pens. Barcelona taking down Liverpool, them denying the treble. And look who wins the Europa League. Manchester United has taken down Bayer Leverkusen to win the entire thing. And taking a look at our top scorers, and it's of course gotta be Vardy, with 47 in all competitions. What has he done? But Golden Boot does go to Mohamed Salah with 24. We got our boy Vardy with 23. Madison with 15. Do we have anyone else? Inaki Williams is in there with 12 as well. Oh, big ups to Inaki. Madison getting second on the top assisters with 12. Vardy and Tillemans with 10. Tonali with 7. Inaki Williams and Harvey Barnes both getting 6, which is absolutely brilliant. And clean sheets goes to Hugo Lloris with our man Kasper Schmeichel getting himself 13 in all competitions, which is just absolutely lovely for a 36-year-old man. But we end Season 1, and we head into Season 2. Oh, buddy. The board has given us all the money with 140 million in the bank. And we are just calendar simming our way through this pre-season tournament, taking down the likes of Benfica and Gremio, which I think books our place into the next round of the preseason tournament. Also taking down Atalanta. We take down AC Milan in the semifinals. And we have Buenos Aires in the final. And we come away with a 3-2 win. And now we take a look at the objectives for this foreseeable season. As we've got the likes of the youth development, which I'm not really going to put too much emphasis on. We've somehow kept a streak of 3 clean sheets without even playing a game. We've got to increase our club worth by 20%. They want us to win the league and the FA Cup. It's like, well, what do you mean? Like, why do you want us to win the FA Cup? What is going on? I mean, we went all the way last time. Can we do it this time? And they want us to reach the final. But if you thought we were just going to end this episode off there, well, you thought wrong. We're going to be making a signing. Well, the first of hopefully 2 or 3. Also, let me know in the comments, who do we bring to Leicester City? That's what I want to know from you guys. As Pep Guardiola agrees to a valuation deal for some bizarre reason, as we've gone and accepted a 135 grand a week contract for the 30-year-old Algerian. And it is great honor to bring back home Riyad Mahrez for a value fee of 47 million. They said we could have gotten between 50 and 70. You know what? No. And guys, start doing this. Start trying to get them on their base value. Because most of the time, you can get yourself an absolute steal. But that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. And honestly, I cannot thank you guys enough for the love and support we've been getting over the last couple of videos. It really does mean the world to me, more than you guys think. We've got 100 mil left in the bank, so give me suggestions on who to sign in the comments down below. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave a like if you did, sub if you're new. Peace.